Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash, double honors to our head apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to all you Akims out there doing this work in sincerity and charity with humiliation across the four winds. Do you I salute? This is the brother Yahweh Sap from the GMS Bahamas camp. Back at you with a lesson. Today I entitled my lesson to be our reward for this work. We sowing out here. We sowing out here. Prophecies jumping off the pages in the Bible, in this book. And it was happening all over the world every day. Prophecies is just kicking in all over the place. And that show you that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai so uncrack them skies. I wake up and I sit down and I saw Salakia, some things come to my mind, So I decide to do this little brief lesson. Because we know Yahweh Bashem Yahushai have some great reward for us after all this work here on earth. Everybody is just 2/3, they gotta perish and die. But the 144,000, which is the elect, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai have some great reward for us when we get there in the next kingdom. I got a little lesson I gonna go into, and I can read it from the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2, and I gonna read from 42 down. And it reads, I just saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praise Yahweh Bashem Yahushai with songs. The great people Esdras is talking about is the people, the 144,000, what was loyal and doing this work for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai down here on earth, and being faithful to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, doing the work, and obeying Yahweh Bashem Yahushai laws. 43. In the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their head he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. And that young man Esdras was speaking about was Yahushai. Yahushai was rewarding us crowns for the work what we do down here on the planet right for him, being faithful and just to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, being separated from this world and just doing his work, his will, keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. It was a great experience. I just was saying it was a great experience, marvel, real great experience of their getting that crown from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai after all this work we doing on here on this planet. Going on the highways, the byways, making our bodies a living sacrifice, and that's what our reward gonna be like when we get there. Verse 44. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Khan, being the 144,000 elect men Yahweh Bashem Yahushai chose from the foundation of the earth, doing his will, his work, we will be rewarded. And it reads, crowned and receive palms. Khan, what a great reward Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for us, Akim. Great reward after doing all of this down here. But we got to be and stay faithful to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in order to receive this. You know, you ain't gonna receive this unless you take off the mortal. You have to take off the mortal man. Let go of that old man in order to receive this crown. And it reads, then said I unto the angel, Salakia, verse 46. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowned them? Yahweh Shai. What a great reward Yahweh Bashem Yahushai have for us. You can imagine Yahweh Shai putting a crown on your head and saying, well done, thy faithful, great and faithful servant. What a great reward that will be. Brothers, it ain't making no sense here. Just what our goal is supposed to be. Making it there and getting crown from Yahweh Shai himself. And then the kingdom forever. And give it them, continue reading, and giving them palms in their hands. Khan. That's like receiving a trophy. You know, for after, you can imagine when you like running a race, for example, you know, when you come first and you end up with the winning trophy. And now you can read it again. And give it them palms in their hands. Khan. Trophy from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Verse 47. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. God, doing his will while we here on this earth, doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai and being faithful to him. Through all of this, being amongst this heathen, these heathens and these wicked people, you know, like the brother, can't believe this, always say too, anytime you got this wisdom and you walk out in the world, you could see wickedness, you could feel it. You could see it and you could feel the wickedness. And I can read it again. So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. This man living righteously for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, doing his work, his will, living right with the brotherhood while we here, doing the things required of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Most High. Same thing, doing this work, being faithful to receive this reward when we get there. What a beautiful thing that'll be, though. That's beautiful, brothers. That'll be beautiful. You know, knowing after all of this, it ain't all in vain, you know, it ain't in vain. You know, we will receive our reward from the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushai after all of this. Making your bodies a living sacrifice, doing this will, doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, doing this work, You know what I mean? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments is doing this work of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Verse 48. Then the angel said unto me, Go thy way, and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of the Most High thy power thou hast seen. He just saw this. He saw this in a vision. He saw this. But this prophecy as well. Prophecy. And these the things Yahweh Shemel Shai have planned for us after this wicked kingdom. Once we get our kingdom, brothers, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Yeah, brothers, I hope this was edified and it served its purpose. Until we move on to the next lesson. Shalom.